So in our previous video, we managed to add our follow package, and now in this video, let's put that package into use. So for now, we can simply close all the files. In here, let's open our home Livewire component. In here, I'm going to pass a new variable called suggested users is equals to user. For now, let's just do a simple kind of query. Let's say limit is 5 and get. We'll create a more advanced kind of suggested users later. Here, let's pass this variable, this suggested users. So now let's go to our home. Alright, in here in our home, we can simply go to suggestions. Here, suggestions, here in the list. Right here, before we're doing a for, so we can create some static kind of dynamic data. So for now, we can simply remove this for inside this list. Here, down here, remove end for. Here, I'm going to create a for each suggested user as user, right? Copy this end for each, paste it just after the closing of the list. Format that document. Alright, amazing. Now after looping these users, here let's now add, where there's fake name, here add username. Here let's just add wire ignore. On the avatar, add wire ignore. In the avatar here we can say, because we want the avatar to be unique, here as key pointed to, here copy this key, add it inside there. Now the avatar is going to be unique. So here inside the button, we can simply add if else. So now we can check if auth user is following. Since here we're looping users, right? So we can just get this user is following user, and then we can say following. Or else, let's copy the same one, and here let's just say follow. So in the first one, say following, a follow. Now when we click here, we now want to send some, like a request to the backend, so we can toggle follow and unfollow. So here let's add an attribute. Here we can say wire. Click here, let's say toggle follow. And then since this is like multiple users, we can simply pass the user ID, and preferably make these ones some two quotation marks. I like that. Just alright, now let's go ahead and create this method in our backend in our home. So in here in our home, we can simply say function toggle follow. In here we can pass the user model, user. Make sure the user model is imported here at the top. Right, now here we're going to do the same thing as we did before in our home. Let's just say abort unless auth is check is true, the 401, which is unauthorized. Or else let's say auth user toggle follow, which user? This one, the user we just passed. Awesome. So here we are passing a user ID, which is going to check in the table, and if it's found, it's going to pass this user as a model after passing it as an ID here in our front end. Alright, so now we can go back, just refresh the whole page. Here now, watch closely on the right as I try to click this follow and follow. So here if I click follow, you see it's now following. It's now following. I can unfollow, following, and if I refresh the page, you see that we still have users that we follow and unfollow, and is saved to our database. So yeah, I think, and before we close, we can just simply go ahead here and add wire ignore here in our stories section. Here in the avatar, let's just add this one, wire ignore, to the avatar, and here in our header, let's add wire ignore. This is to just prevent the component. Here if we refresh, this is to just prevent the component from fetching new images every time we refresh the whole component. So here if I click follow and follow, you see data is just intact and our following system is working fine. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one.